building up like, oh, that's kind of cool, oh, that's fairly cool. But then when you do this, everyone's like, wow, that's awesome. Yeah. With thousands of Googlers commuting to work every day, the carbon footprint of each employee is something we work very hard to minimize. The shuttle program began in about 2006. It was very much a grassroots effort where a Google employee who lived in San Francisco was growing tired of the commute and actually started a van pool. Executives started to recognize that this was a valuable perk for a growing number of people. Well, that van pool then grew into what it is today with over 70 vehicles in operation with over 275 daily scheduled departures. We know the location of every single bus. We want the riders to know that information too, so that if they're at a shuttle stop and they're wondering where their bus is, we want to give that to them on their laptop or even on their mobile phone. We save about 5,400 tons of carbon dioxide every year. That's the equivalent of about 2,000 cars off the road every single day, or about 14 million vehicle miles traveled every year. So the environmental impact of the program is very important to us, and the way we look at it is making sure that we're running the most efficient and cleanest vehicles possible. We use the 2010 Detroit diesel engine that are basically the cleanest motor coach engine that's available on the market today. Now, the shuttle is an important program and it's a very key program, but it's not the only program we operate. We also want to make sure that there's opportunities for people to ride their bicycles. There's a large group of people that bike in from San Francisco. There's others that bike in from far away as Santa Cruz and from the East Bay. One thing that we do have on the shuttle, which is really fun, is that there's a lot of one-way riders. That is, they bike in the morning, but then rather than bike home, they'll put their bike on the shuttle to get back. If you're part of the self-powered commute program and you bike or walk or use any other non-engine mode of travel, you're able to not only get a charity credit for each day that you ride, but if you ride the majority of the time, you're able to get a locker in one of the fitness centers. On campus here in Mountain View, we have a unicyclist. And we've heard of people pogo sticking. In Seattle, in fact, we actually have a kayaker. Currently, about 40% of people commuting to the Mountain View campus use some other mode of transportation besides driving alone. Once you're here on campus, we want to make it as easy as possible to get between buildings. It's a pretty large campus. We have about 1,000 bicycles available that we leave just out in front of buildings and in various parts of the campus that you can just grab and go. We also have a G-Fleet program, and if you're a shuttle rider or use some alternate mode of transportation to get to work, such as biking or carpooling, what we have is a fleet of 35 fleet vehicles that are available for riders to check out and use. The majority of them are now electric vehicles. The transportation program is not quite yet carbon neutral, although our goal is to continue to strive for that. Until we are, we will purchase carbon offsets for every bit that we don't already save ourselves. In the tradition of Google, it's never enough to just kind of continue what you're doing, but we really want to think big. We have a lot of opportunities moving forward that we're really excited to test new things and try new things.